you will conclude things, you will be disappointed with certain things, you'll appreciate certain things. And I think it's also intrinsic in the journey to God. It's one of the most profound experiences that one has, because in that journey to knowing God, it's impossible to go on that journey truly without experiencing self-knowledge. So that's this science. You have a dominant, subdominant. Once you recognize your dominant, you can really start to see, you recognize patterns. You can start to predict patterns of behavior. And by that, you will have an advantage in understanding yourself massively, because in every situation, you know how you're going to be, and you can almost, like Sherlock Holmes, you can kind of predict what's going to happen, and then maybe I'll tweak this and this, and then you'll see the results quite quickly. And the more reflective you are, the more you will realize that the temperament is a massive part of your subconscious, and it's always at play. So when you learn your temperament, you'll actually be able to determine your natural virtue and which virtues you're lacking in, and nuances of natures of people. So this is what was known as ilm al-mizaj. The Ottomans would use this in classification of men for their career progression. If you were a certain type of a temperament, those were better careers for you. And I think that once you realize that, that's when your journey of development and transformation and maturation and rising and all these kind of aspects of the self, they really start to come to fruition. And so that's a really useful part of it, understanding your nature as opposed to your nurture. The fact that you are mukhlaf, you are a morally responsible person. That when you realize, and when you take charge of the fact that you are responsible for things, and that you look at what you can actually do about a situation, it is the most empowering notion ever to know that, wait, I can do something about it. If you blame everybody else, you make yourself weaker. If you say, no, I'm still morally responsible. By God, I will be judged by what I've decided, not what I do as an end, but what I've decided. That's why inna Allah la yanzur ila surikum wa ajsadikum. Allah doesn't look at your forms and your bodies. Walakin yanzur ila qulubikum a'malikum. Allah looks at your heart. So try again and just continue to try. And then if that trying is not working, change it and try to get good actions. Things like that. But it's so much more empowering to leave and realize I can do something about it versus I can't do something. So may Allah help us all by being content with what Allah has decreed for us and realize that this is perfect. We are where we're meant to be, and we must look at where we are to determine the next moral decision that I choose for myself, and that's what I will be responsible for.